Hello guys, welcome. You all are watching the MKE tournament. This is going to be the upper bracket quarterfinals, day number 2. The teams that will be in front of me will be announced by none other than Sasuke. How are you doing?
Hello, Scared. I'm doing very fine. Since this is the quarterfinals of MK Championship, I'm pretty excited since both of the teams are ready. Let me introduce you to the teams. The blue team is Team Grey Bird, and meanwhile, the red team is Midnight Madness. Midnight Madness, if we talk about them, they have been ending each and every game within the 10 minutes. And to talk about the Grey Bird, in the past round in the upper bracket, they do manage to qualify and beat each and every team in the upper bracket to get a slot in the quarterfinals.
Absolutely, because this bracket is absolutely ruthless. So we'll just have to wait it out and see. It is going to be a best of 5 match as well. So there's going to be a lot of strategic changes. Maybe sometimes these teams would want to hide their draft. Maybe they want to just go a full on bang on picks with the first minute within the first minute of the game, but we'll just have to wait. We'll have to see. It's going to be just as it said, Greybird on the blue taking on Midnight Madness on the red. We're jumping right into the bans and picks. Let's see what's going to be the first ban.
Well, I'm expecting something like a fanny ban, which will be respect ban. Okay, there's a no ban. Maybe they were lacking or some trouble issues, or they missed it completely, in my opinion.
Maybe it's just a strategic way of not banning a few heroes just so they can get their hands on a couple of OP picks, the meta picks that we
Okay.
absolutely know of. Leo Mode Martis as well as Carmilla, all were options.
Well, Carmilla is banned, and Midnight Madness will be banning that. And okay, we are seeing a Fanny ban coming in from Greybird. That's a respect ban. Fanny, the Venom who plays that Fanny really well. We have seen in the previous round. So they will be banning that Fanny, not giving them the opportunity to go them dominating.
That is true. Respect being shown, but let's see what Smiling is going to go for this time. He's going to miss the ban. Absolutely. That just means the Martyrs as well as Leomord, both of them are open, and I really feel like it's possible that Midnight Madness might get their hands on two of them. Martyrs is going to be insta locked by Greybird, but Leomord is still open, and there are quite a lot of picks. Even 1-1 is going to get through, and we know what an insane win rate 1-1 has in this whole tournament.
Definitely. And speaking of the 1-1 tournament, we can see according to the statistical data, the 22 match has been played and we are seeing a 72% win rate over Van, and meanwhile we are seeing a Gushen pick coming in from Midnight Madness. Okay, there's Kaja also open, that's pretty much open since they have banned only two heroes. Even Leomord is open, and I think Greybird will be securing that opportunity to lock down that Leomord.
I don't think so. They're gonna go for the Leo mode as well because Leo in the EXP lane is I'm more like nada because there are quite a lot of heroes that can do his work much better than him. It's better in the jungle position, which is going to be acquired by Martis already. So I don't think so. They're gonna go with the Leo mode pick. They're gonna lock in the Beatrix along with the Kagura. Pretty decent amount of picks coming in from their side. Let's see what Midnight Madness is going to answer with this with. Sasuke, can you please take it over for 1 minute?
Definitely, and we are seeing a Johnson. Okay, well, I was expecting a Valentina to be picked as a mage. Okay, we are seeing a Van is also open. He is just gonna flex, but he will be securing that Van right away. And according to the phase of the banning, we can see, okay, they are banning a Phobius. Phobius is actually good against this Van. He gets every time Van uses her dash, Phobius do gets this ultimate unlock every now and then, which will be causing them trouble in this game. So they will be banning down that Phobius. That's an actually good ban in my opinion. Meanwhile, we can see they are banning that dragon. Well, I don't know why would they ban a dragon? Okay, like they're expecting Apex to play that Kaja. Kaja is pretty a flex picks. He can be played in Rome as well as in EXP lane. So that dragon pick might have some put on pressure, but we are seeing a Leomord pick. It will be a hyper Leomord to the team of Midnight Madness. Most of the picks we are seeing, like all of the meta heroes, are being picked to the side of Midnight Madness. But let's not talk about the Graybird. They do manage to pick the Martis as well as the Terizla, which is in the EXP lane, as well as the Martis is one of the main damage dealing source. Like once he gets the snowball, he's just too much. Okay, they will be locking on to the Sylvana.
That's something I feel like they could have just locked on with the Terizla, because we know how insane he is in that EXP lane. Sylvana is a good pick for locking down one hero, can also stop Leomord in that Imperial Justice along with the Gusion as well. If she manages to catch them, even 1-1 might be in trouble. But I really feel like Terizla would have provided a lot of opportunity, a lot of opening Beatrix as well as the Kagura, because they both they both would have had an amazing front line in front of them. The Terizla Lolita combination with those ultimates, and pair them up with the Kagura. Jeez, that could have been a chain CC insta death for almost all the members from Midnight Madness. But Franco is going to be the final pick coming in this draft. So I'm going to ask you a question, Sasuke. Who do you think will get the win in game number 1?
Well, according to me, I do vouch for Midnight Madness just because they do manage to secure 3 of the meta heroes at the cushion into the meta, just because the damage he's dealing and the mage role is just too humongous.
That is absolutely correct. I agree. But then again, I don't see a lot of CC potential coming in from their side. Yes, Kaja has got the suppression. Franco has got the suppression. They can definitely target the Beatrix or even the Kagura if she decides to overextend a little bit. But I really feel like that Martis would be able to counter most of those, that utility using his Mortal Coils.
So no, I would like to add the point, like when Martis is going to dive, like there's a Kaja, like no one beats the suppression, and they do manage to lock both of the suppression heroes.
I think so. Kaja's divine judgment can be negated by Martis' second skill, if I remember.
And we are seeing a pause being asked by the Lolita from the Grey Bird team. And according to the rules of the MKE tournament, we have the 2-minute pause. So this might be a technical pause. In my opinion, they are suffering from lag issues or something like that.
It might be possible, but then again, we'll just have to end up discussing about the draft and how these teams are going to revolve around it. Because looking at how aggressive both of these teams can be, I really feel like that as for the late game insurance, one was a little better than the Beatrix, because she does fall off, but the mid game power spike is going to be nightmaric for the members of Greybird, because Kagura, pair it up with the Beatrix, the Nibiru's passion, along with that Yin Yang overturn, add on Martis's decimation in that, no one's going to escape at all. And apart from Franco, I don't see a lot of tankiness coming in unless Kaja decides to go in for that semi-tank build. So it might be, I would say, a little easy-going, smooth sailing for members of Greybird in that mid-game. But then again, Midnight Madness, they've got a pretty nasty combination, especially with that suppression. So they might want to play with the pick-off composition, and Kaja is going to be there for the punish to anyone who tries to dive in on 1-1.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but if we talk about, just as you mentioned, like Kagura is there. If Kagura managed to get a kill over that 1-1, then Greybird might have some chances to go and win in the late game.
That is true. That is absolutely correct. But then again, it also stands until 1-1 makes an Athena shield, because I personally, being a 1-1 main, do make sure to make an Athena shield whenever there is a Kagura in front of me. And if there is a Sylvana, that's just a cherry on top, because I'd be able to negate quite a ton of damage coming in from her as well. Plus, there's one good thing about 1-1 is that even if Sylvana tries to aggressively dive on you, you've got your skill 2, and you use your Swallow's Path as well. It gets pretty easy for you to open your ultimate. So Sylvana's build would also depend a lot as to how 1-1 will be able to get those few kills in her ultimate. If Sylvana goes in for a little tanky build, then it would be possible for her to sustain through all that burst coming in from Wan's ultimate. What was the name? The crossbow of tank.
Meanwhile, we
If
can
in
see the first blood has been secured in the mid lane. We can see Lolita was offline and Franco used the perfect opportunity, used his hook and flicker combination. And we can see another outstanding hook from the Apex. He just hooked that Beatrix, but no, the damage won't be that good. Like he won't be able to secure it.
That is correct. Though his hooks are landing in perfectly at this point, and they've got a decent amount of mid game aggro. That's gonna be Mad Maz being stunned as well. Uses the Rush Umbrella Fleet to just dodge the burst from those daggers. Apex gonna play a lot aggressive in this match, but we can see the rotation coming in from both the teams right now. Hyperkid gonna try and push back Acha Bro a little bit, but Apex is right here. The coin will be secured by him. And that's going to be another quick rotation back to the mid lane. Smiling is just going to get his level 4. So we'll probably see some early immigration coming in by the side of Midnight Madness.
The turtle is up, and we are seeing a pause being asked from the Sylvana this time. So, again, a 2-minute pause. I think they are suffering from a lag.
That is correct, but then again, we're just gonna leave the technical part to our technical team and focus on what is happening around the map right now. As we can see, the turtle is already up, and the control towards that turtle blade is clearly in the hands of Midnight Madness at this point. Kaja has also made a quick rotation, and he is clearing the way faster than Sylvana. So it does mean that he will be showing a lot of presence all over the map. And the Divine Judgment is also online. So any aggressive play that might be coming in from Greybird will be punished heavily if
And
in case he
also,
manages to land that perfectly.
exactly, and also not to forget that Lolita is AFK and she is in the base. So, that's the perfect opportunity for the Midnight Madness to secure that turtle.
That is correct as well. But what do you think about the bottom lane matchup? The Beatrix up against the 1-1. Looking at the emblems that both of them have, they're having the weapon mastery. That's going to give them some additional damage from the equipments that they're going to make. And I really feel like that it's going to help Beatrix a lot as compared to 1-1, because 1-1 mostly relies on the Demon Hunter's sword and the corrosion sight, which those items are basically more tilted towards the passive, while the Beatrix, she's gonna make the Blade of Despair, and we know that's insane amount of physical attack that she's gonna get from it, and pair it up with the emblem, that's gonna go out of the roof.
Indeed, as well as you mentioned, like Beatrix might be having some chances, or I would say, like Beatrix will be dominating over the Van in the early phase, since Van just she needs to unlock her ultimate. Meanwhile, we can see the pass has been lifted up, and the turtle is already up.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a pick off. There comes the Divine Judgment, what we were talking about. Matt is going to be taken out as well. Yumo did use his ultimate and now are going to force the blue buff as well. So that's quite a lot of utility being burned up. Kagura with the yin yang overturn deals a lot of damage. There comes in the separation from Franco. The Bloody Hand was there. Hook does not connect. But look at the HP. Venom is going to retreat with that. That's so heartbreaking. They almost managed to take that kill, but I really feel like that was just an outstanding trade in favor of Midnight Madness. Turtle, along with the blue buff, as well as a couple of kills.
Indeed, Martis is trying to struggle the farm.
That is true. He is struggling a little bit, and the blue buff not being there, stolen away by the enemy, is just salt to the wounds that are already present. But looking at the item build, Beatrix going towards the Heptases has got a decent amount of farm. I said it way too early. That was probably the caster's curse, but Kirito will survive. The yin yang overturn does connect. The Bennett's Rage coming in on perfect, taking out the 1-1. That's going to be 1-for-1 trade as Kagura will be taken down by the Leo mod. Hyperkid's not going to get anything. He's going to go for the decimation on Franco. The flicker hook did not connect, but a double kill for Leo mod. Make it a triple as he will take Martus down with The rest of the members wants to go in probably for the Maniac, but Zamdam was pretty late into the party, so he's going to be the last surviving member. He's going to make sure that he takes the Cannon Minion Gold.
That was an awesome team fight coming in from the both of the teams, but Martis, we saw he was too focused to kill the back line, which was not the right option because Leomord was there to kill the Beatrix.
I feel so. I really feel like he did the best that he could in that situation because, I mean, he got a couple of kills himself. That's going to help him in the farm, but it only matters until they manage to take their own buff. Look at the way how Kaja, Gujan as well as the Franco are trying to delay the farm. Meanwhile, Leomord takes down Beatrix in the bottom lane, takes priority over the Turtle Pit, and the fight continues. The Yin Yang Overturn being used up. Madmas is quite low in the HP. Not quite low in the HP, but had a decent amount of HP, but the Divine Judgment was also there. It was not committed. Leomord's gonna go take away the Turtle of Flicker. Nomenon Blast connecting beautifully, but the Decimation was not casted in the perfect amount of time as Martis was also taken down and make it 4. Were those 4 kills in total? No, there were 3.
Yes, there was 3 kills.
Yeah, Lolita, Beatrix as well as Martis all over the map. So another favorable trade for Midnight Madness.
And they are going to push down the tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Meanwhile, Vavnan's going to have the priority in the bottom as well. And look at how Midnight Madness is transitioning that pressure towards that mid and bottom side towards the top lane, as Kaja is the one who's cutting the wave against the Sylvana, something we not usually see. But this does clearly show that the aggression might shift towards that lane. But Kaja has also decided to rotate quickly towards the blue buff. They're making sure not to give Martis some free time in his own jungle one while still trying to unlock the ultimate. The Yin Yang Overturn is there. That's going to be 1-1 taken down. Bit more than what she could chew, man. That was a greedy play from Acha, bro.
And we can see an engage coming in from the Lolita, but she will be retreating down with Kagura will be taken down. Divine Judgment used on Kagura, and Gaja will be securing that kill over the Kagura.
Absolutely. Divine Judgment was committed. The Nibiru's passion taken out, but from the backline, the Phantom Sleep is there. Leomord making sure to punish Kirito for that play. No Asana to save you right now. Imperial Justice was used up. The Decimation does not secure the kill, and that's going to be Martes taken down by the Sword Spike, the Shadow Blade Slaughter. And Gushin's going to jump in way too deep, though he will be taken down in the process, but he's done his damage as mid tier 2 also falls, giving a lot of map control to Midnight Madness.
And the turtle is up, and this is the 3rd turtle if I'm not wrong. And I think they will be ignoring it. Instead they will be taking down the 8-minute slot, which will be arriving in a minute if I'm not wrong.
That is absolutely correct. I don't think so they're gonna go for this turtle. 1-1 unlock the ultimate. I mean, this is the recent buff on Vanma that I absolutely hate, and by hate I mean literally hate, because she used up her ultimate in that situation. But I believe it was the Sylvana who went out of the range. As the fight continues right now towards the orange buff, that's going to be Decimation by Martes, used up, gets the shutdown on Leomord, but he will be taken down himself. Another good hook by Franco, but this is Lolita. I don't think so they have enough burst damage to finish her off. Maybe I've said that way too early. Kagura jumps in between 3 to get that stun, and the Gushin's Shadow Blade Slaughter is going to take a double for him. A 3-for-1 trade. They got the shutdown on Leomord, but at what cost?
Meanwhile, Sylvana will be pushing the top tower of the tier 1.
Yes, they finally managed to get something on the other side of the map, but still, look at the farm difference. It's almost a 5k gold differential, more than a 5k gold differential, and I guess it's gonna grow as long as the members of Midnight Madness stay in the jungle of Greybird. It's gonna grow.
Indeed, and we can see that Lord is up, and Midnight Madness doesn't seem to be taking down that Lord. Instead, they are in the enemy jungle. Franco do try to hook again.
He's trying to get the hook. He was trying to land it on someone. Let's see, Hyper Kid. He's gonna dodge it easily with his skill too. Whew, he's safe. That one good thing is that he's safe. So maybe a potential lot steal if in case Graver decide to go in for that. But I don't think so because they have absolutely no information of the map. They have no vision whatsoever. Just deciding to, that they're gonna stay back in their base. But Sylvana is quite ahead. Then
Indeed,
again, it's just
she
a
is
Kaja.
trying. Yeah, she is trying to split push, and meanwhile, we can see Akaja has been in that lane, and he might. Okay, he doesn't know like that Sylvana is there, and she'll be recalling safely.
Hmm. Seems like a troublesome situation. Lord is still in the mid lane. It's marching down, and the top tier 2 will fall as well. So that's going to be a lot of objectives grabbed all over the map as the fight continues in the mid lane. Nibiru's passion was used up. Lord will be taken down. So that's a good thing coming in by the side of Greybird. A little breathing room for their side, but the Lolita is going to be taken back using the Divine Judgment. But was that a bad decision? As Franco has already fallen in the team fight. Lumor trying to rampage in the back lane. That's going to be triple. No, not a triple. 1-1 going to take the double. A 4-for-1 trade. Was that worth it? It's only
Well,
Sylvana remaining, and the waves are going to crash from all three sides.
that was not a worthy opinion, and seems like Sylvana will be having a troublesome, and they will be locking down the enemy base. Meanwhile, Kushan do kill down the Sylvana, and the rest of the members of the Midnight Madness will be focusing down on the base, and they will be securing the first victory over this team.
Absolutely. You just said how well they managed to clean up the games. And look at the time of this one, 10 minutes and 25 seconds. Did not take a second longer than that and managed to get the game number one in their pockets. Leomord with a 10.016, getting the MVP rating of 11.4. Let's look at the damage that were dealt by the members of both of these teams. Leomord again with the highest amount of damage, 48,000. But Mad Maz from Greybird, pretty close to him, 37k in you know, and from his own team, the highest damage dealer. And looking at the damage taken chart, Sasuke, what do you make out of it?
Well, I was expecting like Kaja to give more damage, but he too went the tanky build just as you predicted. And if we talk about the damage taken, the Kaja has pretty much taken the amount of damage more than the Franco. As we can see, Kaja was doing the frontline job, meanwhile Franco was trying to hook someone. And in the side of the team, Greybird, it was Martis instead of a Lolita.
That is true because Martis had the ability to go in and come out alive in those situations. But then again, the amount of burst potential that Midnight Madness displayed, it was too much for their side to handle. Even Beatrix, they did manage to get the first kill in the bottom lane, but was picked off again and again after that. A 1-6 record is absolutely not what you want on your Beatrix, especially when you're 10 minutes into the game. But then again, they tried good. We still have a few more matches remaining, guys. So make sure to stay tuned, hit that like button. Also, click on the subscribe button. Don't go anywhere as we will be right back with game number 2. We saw an amazing game number one with a clear cut domination coming in from the side of Midnight Madness. And we're going to jump in game number two real quick. The advantage is in the hands of Midnight Madness right now. And before we jump into that, we're just going to thank our sponsors for this whole tournament. That would be Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. Thank you so much for helping out, making this tournament possible. Now let's jump in the game number two. As we just witnessed in game one, Sasuke, the domination that was done, that was shown by Midnight Madness. Do you think that will continue in game number two as well?
Well, if they do manage to draft or ban some heroes, because in the last match there were too many heroes open, and Midnight Madness were the team who secured most of the meta heroes in the last match. Talking about this match in the draft phase, we are seeing that Carmilla has been banned by the team Midnight Madness, and yet again Fanny will be banned again.
That is absolutely correct. So two bans that were done in the previous game are going to be retained. Let's see. Will Team Graber are going to respect the Martyrs as well as the Leo mode? Are they going to ban the Leo mode, or are they going to keep both of them open? Because right now they can only ban one. The second one is definitely going through this drafting phase. That is I can say, perk having a player amazing on one hero, because the enemy respects ban out that hero, and your team has a lot of room. They've got a lot of hero pool to draft and from. They're going to take away the Kaja though. Pretty good choice, to be honest. Keeping both Martis Leo mode open as well as trying to choke the EXP lane. Kaja can also be played in the roam position though. It's pretty annoying hero with that buff.
And not to forget, Valentina is also open. Meanwhile, Valentina do play an important role in the main section and also the cushion.
So that's a lot of heroes yet to be picked up. But the Martyrs is going to be the one that'll be secured right away by Midnight Madness. I really feel like they're gonna, slam it right in the face of us and gonna show this is how Martyrs is played in that specific lane. Be it the jungle, be it EXP, because I don't see a retribution for now. So it might be possible. They're gonna just keep it as a flex pick. But let's see what Greybird are gonna answer back with. They're gonna install lock the Gusion. Also have the Leo mode, are gonna take it away as well. So two picks taken away from Midnight Madness.
Well, if Midnight Madness do manage to secure that Valentina, I'm expecting that they will be having a Martis as well as a Leo mod or with that Valentina ult. Okay, so they are going to secure that Fred Raid and the Valentina as their mage.
And it's just as you said, the Valentina with the I am you can easily steal away the Phantom Steed, and that's basically having a Leo mode as well as Martyrs in your own team, even though there's a Leo mode in the opponent. So that's a pretty smart drafting from Midnight Madness and a beautiful answer using that Fredrin as well. If in case he goes in the EXP lane, it's gonna delay the push coming in from Greybird. We'll just have to wait and see how Greybird are gonna draft along the Leo mode as well as the Gusion are gonna lock in the Brody. So it is possible they might ban away Clint or maybe the Beatrix just to choke the gold lane.
Maybe, but I'm expecting a Claude ban, since a Claude might be a useful, but not to mention, like, Clint has been the top marksman used in this tournament, having a 46 matches.
Okay, this was a little unexpected, but not gonna lie, it was a really good ban from Greybird, taking away the Atlas. So denying that roam, trying to choke it.
But again, they have the Martis as well as the Fredrin, so they will be going like a support pick, like a Rafaela or even Faramis would be work for them.
That is true. Rafaela would be an amazing pick, and one of the amazing support that we just forgot to mention, the Matilda. They can secure a Matilda for themselves. Just gonna give them a free Uber ride with the guiding winds. But the high loss is going to come through for the side of Greybird for now. Who is going to be the EXP laner? They've got a decent amount of mid-game power spike. As for the late game, I don't see a lot of burst potential because we know Brody falls quite a lot. But we'll just have to wait and see. Looking at the draft of Midnight Madness, what do you think of it, Sasuke? What do you make out of it?
Well, Joe on no Rome. I'm not gonna think about it, but in the gold lane, the Clint is there. Clint versus Brody. Clint might be a win-win situation in that lane.
It is possible. Both the playstyle for both of these heroes is almost the same. They're both probably going to prioritize the Dreadnought armor and are going to rush the BOD. Maybe Clint is going to go for the Endless Battle first, but it's more or less, you know, almost the same for
Not to
now.
mention,
Just yeah, go ahead.
not to mention, the blade of Heptasis 2 works fine on the Brody. It gives a huge amount of damage in the early phase of the game.
Absolutely correct. But then again, it is basically a double-edged sword since if you don't have enough farm and you get a little late in building up that blade of despair, it's gonna leave you with just one damaged item and a pretty huge gold gap to cover. And that's something that you would not want for your team. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to see as we're gonna jump into the land of dawn. It is going to be Midnight Madness on the blue side with a lead of one game over Greybird, who are jumping on to the red side, trying to equalize the score. Let's see. Will this match lead to a match point or will we see an equalizer?
Well, meanwhile, we can see in the EXP lane, the laner has already been there, and he's cutting down. And as you mentioned, like the Martis has been picked in the hyper, so they do have to switch the roles, and we can see the Fredrin is just going and giving the vision, and he might
Okay, that's going to be a lot of aggressive play coming in up against Louis. You don't want to disrespect the yin yang burst potential from Mad Maz, man. That's not how you should play against Louis. But the aggression was such an amazing one in that sense. But I would also say the retreat was also equally disciplined. They had that burst right on their face, and they were like, "I know we're gonna jump out. We've done our we tried to do our damage, and that's it. We can't take it anymore."
Yeah, and the Gushen has been picked in the EXP lane, and the amount of damage he just dealt, and make sure like Fredrin to go to the base.
That is true. But for now, in EXP lane, it's going to be Fredrin up against the Gushen. I don't know how it will work out for him, but first thing first, Martis has been picked off, and that's one thing working out for Greybird in this game. Chow's quite low as well, just going to retreat. Meanwhile, Valentina picks off on Louis. That's a 1-for-1 trade, though. Phantom Steed coming in. Valentina might not survive this one, as Leomord is going to deal that final killing blow. Fredrin seems to be in trouble. No, he just decides to quickly go for the turtle. I don't think so. That's a wise idea, because the Phantom Steed will be over when Martis will arrive there. The momentum is used up. The execution line is his, but Fredrin is going to tank quite a lot of damage, and that's going to be high loss taken down already. One pick off from the decimation. Gushen's going to take the life of Fredrin, though. That's going to be the ultimate by Louis. Used up. Tried, but they're back to safety, and the turtle has been reset. So I still would say this was a pretty favorable fight for Midnight Madness.
Indeed, we can say that, but again, the turtle has been taking. Okay, they are taking the battle of the retribution is here, but Martis will be securing it, and Leomord will be in trouble, and Martis will be securing the kill over Leomord. Meanwhile, he do go for the cushion.
I believe he bit more than what he could chew, but that was an outstanding outplay, I would say, from Martis to Gushen. He was able to survive that burst, while Cho was able to take Gushen down, and that's going to be tier 1 gold, chunked down quite a lot by Fredrin. Going to give him the massive item advantage and power spike that he needs, especially for that early to mid game. While looking at the bottom side, Achabro is taking quite a ton of damage from Kirito. Kirito is having a time of his life, but they're going to try and make sure. No! High loss! You have to save your Brody! That's not what you should have done. He did provide a vision though, so Brody should have retreated on time as well, but that's an outstanding way of the dragon by Apex. Gonna go in with the Jeet Kundo yet again. Clint's flicker will be forced out by Louis, but look at the backline. Martis is there. He wants to go in for the decimation. He will manage to take Louis down too. Phantom Steed used up yet again. Leo mode wants to fight. I don't think so. He's got the enough cooldowns right now. That's going to be triple by Martis. 3 decimations right off the bat in that bottom lane. All the advantage that the members of Greybird had is now thrown. That's going to be another way of the Dragon. Clint as well as Martis are both trying to jump in. Brody, the torn apart memory is there. The damage is not enough, but he will not survive either. What a bait play. What a backup. What a picture perfect coordination.
Yes, see, Martis is already on a 6 kills. He's probably snowballing, and that might not be good for the enemy team.
Absolutely, and it's just high loss in the bottom lane. Probably not gonna take the gold from the cannon minion either. That's 150 gold wasted. As a gold laner, it hurts my soul. But looking at the burst on that Fredrin, he has used up the flicker. What? No way! Hey, that insane burst damage. Sneaky coming out with a cheeky play, and that's going to be a wave of the dragon on Louis. Between 3 people, Apex not missing his target. And so is Venom, taking down the members that he need to will retreat to safety, as he has no more dashes remaining. Hylos is going to survive as well. That's yet another early game being secured by the members of Midnight Madness.
Yeah, exactly. And if we talk about the gold lead, we can see there is a 4 to 5k gold lead.
Yeah, if my math serves right, it's almost 4.6 or 4.7k gold lead. But look at the fight in the mid lane as Leomord falls yet again. The decimation is there, and that's going to be a triple yet again for Martis. What are you doing, my man? Not stopping at all. Will we see a maniac? Hyper Kid will have to retreat. Apex is right there. Will he jump in? No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. He just denied a maniac to Venom.
Indeed, and we can see Gushan might be picked off, and he too picked off, and Martis will be taking down that kill. No, that's 11 kills for Martis. He is pretty strong, and there's no way they are able to stop him down. Like we can see, Martis is already on 5.2k gold, having the highest gold, and the difference or the gap between is a 2k gold lead from the enemy team highest gold member.
There comes in the way of the dragon from Apex. Clint will be zoned out from the fight, though. Cho is the one who fall in first, and that's an outstanding backup coming in from Greybird. That is exactly what you guys need to do during these team fights. But looking at the mid lane, tier 1 has been taken down. A trade should come through in the bottom lane, but no one wants to go in for that. High loss is going to be taken down near the tier 2. That's going to be legendary for Martis. He wants to go in for more. Stun coming in right on time from Kirito. That's going to be decimation coming in along with the torn apart memory. And Martis is just going to run away after securing that kill. What is this man doing? He is unstoppable at this point.
Definitely, they need to farm right now, else there will be no one stopping that Martis. He is right on ruthless kills. He's a killing machine right now.
Hitman. Hitman is that word that I was looking for, that guy. Leomort is just going to secure the Go Crab for him, grabbing all the farm that he can get. But look at the top lane. The pressure is on the entire map. Greybird is not being able to do anything, and that's going to be the farm taken away as well. So they are going to secure the red buff. Cho bit in more than he could choose. He was finally shut down, and that's going to be Zamdam using the conceal just to run away from the decimation. I would say that was a pretty good choice, but the Leo mod is going to secure the turtle. That was a really good ultimate by Valentina. She stole away the ultimate of Louis, making sure the Martis jumps there right on time and takes down Kirito yet again. Trying to secure the blue. Did he manage to do so? Yes, he did. Fredrin jumping in between. Gets the taunt in. Guzan, will he survive? Yes, he will. He still had his ultimate up, and that's going to be Fredrin taking a lot of damage from that yin yang overturn, using his burst, not connecting with anyone, and that's basically every member from both the teams surviving.
The amount of damage Martis is dealing is too humongous, and even they are pushing every laser, they are pressing every corner of the map.
You're absolutely correct on that. Looking at the bottom lane, they've taken down the tier 1 as well, and they've not conceded even a single tower. And that is the reason why this gold lead is, just snowballing at this moment. They're just increasing the gap again and again. It's almost 7k, 200 gold short of 7k. And I believe they'll be able to take it within the next few minutes if these things go on. Meanwhile, Sneaky, nope. The members of Graber decide to retreat as the bottom lane aggression continues. That's going to be tier 2 taken down. Meanwhile, Martis has been shut down finally. I totally missed that, but that was way too deep.
It was a 1v4 situation. Meanwhile, we can see Luoi do manage to secure a kill. I don't remember like it was a Cho or a marksman, but Luoi is using her ultimate to go to the top lane. We can see Frederick is pretty tanky.
Man, that was an outstanding burst damage coming in from Valentina along with Sneaky. They just entirely outplayed Gushin, going with a whole burst combination, and Frederick survived it all. He's going to take it around the life of Zamdam probably. We'll just have to retreat. He's quite low in the HP. Already used his burst, but that was an insane amount of turnaround. He almost did a 1v5 in that situation. Valentina was there for his support, but damn, I just want to see at the end of the game how tanky was this guy. Let's look at the build quickly. He's got the cursed helmet along with the Athena shields. Of course, magic damage is not going to do anything, but he's tanking the burst of Leomord as well as Brody a lot just with the Dreadnought armor.
Yeah, we can see like the Brody is under farm right now, but he do have the two items, that's Blade of Heptasis and the Malefic Roar.
For now, the Midnight Madness are gonna roar as they're gonna take away Louis. Not gonna survive that burst. Martis already has a double, wants to go in for a Savage. Will it be possible? Loss quite low in the HP as Chow was taken down. Hylos will be taken down by Clint. And look at how deep he is. He gets the Maniac. And what is that HP? That is absolutely insane. They also have the Lord marching down that top side, and that's a complete wipeout. I don't think so they'll be able to end the game right away, since the members of Greybird will come back. They will be alive in time, and Apex is not there to provide the opening that it just did. But still, that's going to be a ton of damage, and that's at least 2 inhibitors being taken down just by this farm difference that we are seeing.
Indeed, and we can see the amount of damage the marksmen are dealing, and Clint will be taken down by the Hylos. Meanwhile, there's the Martis. He is going to charge, and we can see Hylos is pretty tanky, but he might be, failing down.
Yes, it seems so, as the decimation was there, but the chain CC finally kicks in. They managed to shut Venom yet again and now want to go in for the chase. Sneaky is very tanky. Apex is also there. It should be a good sign for the members of Greybird to retreat, but the Cho going for the flicker burst combination gets the Brody out, but he will still be safe right now. Or will he be, as Valentina wants to go in for more, smiling with an amazing flicker play, will be taken down as she bit more than what she could chew. That was a pretty good punish coming in by the members of Greybird.
Definitely, even though Martis was pretty tanky, but he too went too deep, and as soon as he was dead, the team Greybird, they choose to, just punish the whole team, since the Martis is down, the marksman is down, and they are now in a 4v3 situation, and they resume the fight, and they do punish few of the members.
You're absolutely correct in pointing that out. Let's look at the item build coming in from both of these teams quickly, and look at the amount of HP that Sneaky Boy is building with the Guardian helmet, with the Curse helmet. He managed to steal away the blue. That's a salt on the wounds. Conceal play coming in. Will they manage to take Gushin down? He already has used his ultimate. That's going to be the Jeet Kundo knock up along with the crit from Clint, and they will manage to take him down yet again. The dragon is available. I don't think so. They should go in for more. And that's going to be, look at the backline. Brody is not being left alone. The Tone Apart Memory will manage to take Cho down. But the decimation is there. Hylos is not going to survive this burst. He will be taken down as well. 3-4-1 trade. I don't think so they'll be able to survive this one push as the Clint bursts down. He melts down both Leomord and Brody, as well as the Crystal. That's going to be game number 2 going in favor of Midnight Madness.
And absolutely domination I would speak of, but no, there was some point where Team Graver did have some momentum and they did fight for the comeback, but that was not enough.
I would definitely agree with you on all of those points. If they tried to target the Martis, Clint was bursting them down. If they tried to target the Clint, Martis was bursting them down. And that is the reason why they could not take, a win in those fights.
Uh,
Let's look at the statistics. Fredrin tanking the highest 112k damage. That's insane on that specific hero with just one death. My goodness, look at Martis as well, dealing 92,000 damage. I really expected him to deal probably a little more, but then again, that that was much more than sufficient for him to get 21 kills and only 3 shutdowns. 13.1, the grade point, out of this world.
Well, this might be it for them. Like, they have won. Like the Midnight Madness, I think they are on the match point, and Greybird might feel the pressure. Like, if they lose the one game, that is the match number three, then they will be, going down in the lower bracket, and things might not go well for them.
That is true, but then again, I'm still not putting the possibility of an upset, 3-2 comeback from Greybird out of the window. I still think that there is a chance. They just have to prioritize the correct person. If they're capable of doing so, then they will get the win. If they manage to do so, then they will get the win. Capable was not the correct word, but looking at the statistics from the side of Greybird, it was pretty good as well. Hylos tanking a ton of damage with 135k, the highest damage taker in the entire series, while Louis dealing 51k damage as well. So I really feel like the Louis pick was working out. It was just that they were not able to bring out the perfect combination, as they had no frontline apart from Hylos, and it was not enough to tank the entire burst potential coming in by the members of Midnight Madness. We'll have to see how this thing transitions into the game number three, guys. Make sure to hit that like button as well as click the subscribe button along with the bell notification so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos, content, as well as the tournament updates. This is Scared and Sasuke from the casting desk. We'll be right back after this short break. Hi everyone, welcome back. We witnessed two outstanding dominating matches, and now for the moment that we all were waiting for. I mean, every one of us was, we all were just waiting for this one moment, and Sasuke has finally left the casting deck and is joined by Grim. How are you doing?
Hello, hello, hello to the wonderful audience. How are we doing? I am absolutely doing well. Midnight Madness has made me completely madly fall in love with them with the first two matches. I am rooting for the third match as well. What is going on with you, Scared? What do we think? Who is winning?
I'm just so hyped up. We all know that each one of us is winning right now. I'm not gonna mention the reason yet again. That's going to be personal attack, but just looking towards the matches that we witnessed, both of those matches. I mean, that was just insane. The level of control that Midnight's Madness showed all over the map. It was just, it's like they're just controlling each and everything, that they have an idea of what their opponent is going to do, and they already had prepared a counter strategy for that.
Well, definitely they are in the global for region, and we just like that we are already in the first phase of the ban with Hyper Kid starting from Greybird.
Absolutely. Graybird is gonna ban away the Fanny. They are still respecting that hero, but let's see how they are going to change their draft this time, as Martes is going to be banned out by Midnight Madness, though. They, it was an absolute madness in the previous match when they picked up the Martes for themselves. But they're gonna respect that. They're
Well,
gonna ban it out this time. Along with the Van. I believe final ban should be either a Carmilla or a Leomord.
well, Leo mod would be a good ban, I would say, and because the only thing to do, the right thing to do is ban it because you don't want somebody from the Midnight Madness picking up and just hyping them up and killing them with history. That's the only thing right to do. Well, Carmilla is a good option, but I don't think it'll work against Midnight Madness.
Hmm. I really feel like the Carmilla pick would have been really, really good, but Kaja is also a beast in those lanes right now, and is also a pretty good flex pick. You can play him in the mid lane along with the EXP as well as in the roam lane, so it's absolutely your choice. And now, the Carmilla being locked in for the side of Midnight Madness themselves. I want to see the wombo combo that is going to come with the Curse of Blood. And there's a Valentina on their side as well. So you can say they already have a suppression, as she can steal the Divine Judgment away from Kaja.
Well, we have one beautiful combo of Valentina and Carmilla already on the cards because the chain link damage of Carmilla is just one of the best things in the entire Mobile Legends game, and the damage that Valentina is going to provide from the back line, that's going to be a pretty good combo, I would say.
You're absolutely correct on that. But looking at the draft coming in from Greybird this time, locking in the Clint for the gold lane along with the Dairoth, it left Claude open, and I really felt like Claude might be the next ban. But there was also an option of a Beatrix, a Ratchabro locking the Claude for himself. The Curse of Blood is going to get so much value. I mean, I don't even want to imagine what might be possible in this game, the amount of bursts that would come out from the members of Midnight Madness. I really want to see how Greybird are going to answer this. They have the Dairoth, they have the Kaja, so they can go in for the pickoffs, they can take them down with the Abyssal Strike. It is a very good tool to secure the objectives for their side as well. And now are going to take away the Leo mode. I believe it was a very good ban in this situation, but the Balmond is still open. So maybe Midnight Madness can go in for that, or maybe the Akai into the jungle.
Well, we have already seen a good amount of, uh, the pickups in the team of the Midnight. They have a Kaja, they have a Clint. That combination was fruitful in the first quarterfinals yesterday. So and we just see a Kufra being picked by Team DPD, Team Midnight Madness.
That is absolutely correct. And we know that it is the signature pick for Apex. So he's going to go in with that Kufra. But let's see what Greybird are going to answer that with. Lolita would have been an amazing choice, to be honest, in my personal opinion. But they're going to go with the Franco as well as the Aurora. So double suppression combination from their side. So that does mean that they want to go for those pickoffs. If in case they manage to do so, they can, if in case they manage to suppress the Claude and the Blazing Duet or the Valentina, then it's going to be a smooth sailing for their side. But looking at the jungler pick for the side of Midnight Madness, I feel like this could either flip the whole, guess around. They're going to go with the Lancelot, just going to, lock in a safe pick, I would say, in the hands of Venom. A comfort pick, to be honest, but who's going to play the EXP? Melissa? No, not Melissa, I mean Carmilla?
Yeah, they do not have any other option, I guess, because Valentina is going to be in the mid. Copra is probably going to be roam. Claude definitely will be not giving up the gold lane. And so Carmela is the only option for the XP lane.
What if Valentina is going to play the EXP lane and Carmela into the mid lane? Because when Valentina came out, Valentina EXP was an amazing meta and that worked pretty well for a lot of teams. So who knows if they're actually going to put Valen in the EXP. Smiling is on it though, so it is possible that he's just going to come into the mid lane. And yes, that's going to be Carmela into the EXP, guys. Game number 3 is on. Match point in favor of Midnight Madness. Let's see if Greybird are going to come back in this game and going to force the game number 4, or will it be 8? And Midnight Madness are going to progress towards the semi-finals of this bracket. We'll just have to wait for the next few minutes in order to witness the answer for that question. Let's see who gets the win.
And we have already started with the third match of the game. Franco actually trying to steal, disturb the farm of Lancelot, but unable to do so. Will be probably...
That was a pretty hard punish. Yes, that was a pretty hard punish. The Lancelot will probably secure a kill. And yes, that's going to be Apex though, making sure to get the first blood. The cooldowns are up now, so I don't think so Greybird can pursue it any further. But Dyroth is going to be taking his farm for now. And I would say that's a pretty good decision coming in from 69, because he needs to get that level 4 to be viable in those team fights. He needs to land his skills perfectly. But look at Acha, bro. He's playing in quite aggressive. He's just going to use the BMI to run away. I really feel like Kirito could have landed that hook perfectly. And this time, he is not playing on that marksman. It is Zamdam that switched the roles.
If you notice in this game, Scared, since the beginning of the quarterfinals yesterday, one thing I've noticed is all the players just from the starting of and this is just for the quarterfinals, right? All the players are focusing on their movement. That is one of their boots first. But in the qualifying stages, we've seen they pick a random equipment at first. But of course, they are not doing that this time. Is it something like a strategy, or what are we seeing here?
I really feel like just looking at the itemization coming in from the side of Team Midnight Madness, let's just say Acha bro, he's got the steel leg plates. That is just to counter the burst that might come from Clint using his skill 1 as well as the ultimate. So that's a pretty good decision, but we'll talk about that later as the fight continues in the mid lane. As Zamdam joins in the fight, he is pretty aggressive. That's gonna be the Divine Judgment used upon Venom. Kaja taking him away from the turtle. That was a beautiful decision. The Curse of Blood connecting on 3 people, but still the advantage seems to be in the hands of Greybird. Apex quite low. Will he survive? Yes, he will. Still had his Tyrant's Revenge, and my goodness, that HP on which Carmela recalled. Oh man, that was so low.
Well, we are definitely seeing a bit of an aggression coming in from Team Greybird. They are certainly trying their best to not give up on this third match straight to the teams, and they are trying their best. They're trying their best. Of course, they need some time to build up the damage, but will they be able to do it though? Will they be able to do it 3 games in a row?
Totally depends on how well the micro as well as the macro turn out in this game. And yes, as we were discussing about the items and the boots that were made and not being made, just look at the build of Acha bro. He's just made a normal boots just for a decent amount of movement speed and is quickly rushing for the Demon Hunter sword, because we know Claude is only viable once he reaches the DHS, and he gets his massive power spike once he reaches the golden stuff. So that is the reason, just to get that item a little early, he is rushing for the DHS instead of completing the boots. And just to make up for the physical defense and not let Clint snowball in that lane, he went in for the steel leg plate. So this is the strategy that usually players have in the early games, and almost everyone else has made their boots first because they know how important it is. And that's kind of the blazing duet used up. Clint taking quite a lot of damage. Look at that, steel leg plates helping Claude survive. If in case he did not have that item, he would have been melted within seconds. But look at the bottom lane, as Carmilla seems to be the one who's being melted. That's gonna be the abyssal strike connecting, and finally the punish that we were waiting for coming in on Sneaky. But the turtle is up, and no more abyssal strike for Dairoth. That's going to be the Kufra connecting with the Tyrant's Rage, as well as not the Rage. I'm sorry, it was the Revenge. And Lancelot finally picking off the Dairoth. So that should be an easy turtle for Midnight Madness right now. Apex still charging up. He does not have his ultimate right away. So that's going to be it for both of these teams. Turtle going in favor of Midnight Madness, but Clint taking down Claude in that top lane 1v1.
Well. We are definitely seeing some advances from Team Greybird in this match as they just pick off the lands for once again. But if you notice one thing, even if Team Midnight Madness has been winning for these 2 games straight, look at the gold lane. It doesn't seem to be much.
You are absolutely correct on that. And looking at the current situation, Greybird with the 8-3 lead, they are making sure to show the presence on everywhere on the map. Look at the blazing duet. Vengeance also comes in, making sure to deal a ton of damage, but Claude was not able to move anywhere. Aurora using her passive perfectly with Clint bursting him down. Lancelot wants to go in. He will use everything to try and survive. He will survive as well by killing Clint off. If only Clint managed to, immobilize Lancelot on that play, he would have taken him down as well. That would have been out of the world outplay coming in from Samdam. But no worries, Venom coming out on top in that team fight. But still, that was a statement made by Greybird that they're not going to give up on this game so easily. Oh, another Divine Judgment along with the Flicker. That's going to be finally a bloody hunt along with the Iron Hook, landing as Dairoth wants to follow up for more. Gets Valentina as well. Carmilla is the only one who's surviving a 2-for-2 trade in this situation, as Kaja along with Aurora will also fall. 4 more seconds for the turtle to come up in the bottom lane. We'll have to see which team prioritizes that. Venom just, showing off using the puncture, jumping onto the minions and trying to deal a ton of damage, but he was not able to do so in this situation, especially onto the Dairoth. Looking at the top side, Clint will probably start to play a little passive against the Claude since he already has a DHS. And if the 5-stack Claude jumps on him with a blazing duet, he won't be able to survive that burst. Yet again, the turtle priority seems to be in favor of Midnight Madness right now. They're going to pick Dairoth off as well. He's not going to survive that. Nope, that was pretty low. Tyrant's Rage used up in the process though.
Well, it seems to be an easy pick-off for the Turtles, because Team Midnight Madness have picked up 2 of the 3 in the game, and this was the last Turtle of the game, I suppose, because 8 minutes are already up on the timesheet, and the first Lord will be up in a coming few seconds. So will they be able to take the Lord with the same, without any disturbance as they did with the Turtles, or will they get some problems with that? What are we seeing here?
as long as Clint stands, I think so they'll be able to go in for those engages. But Valentina is gonna make sure to dodge every other skill apart from the Abyssal Strike from Dyro. That's gonna be the Flicker. Tyrus Rage used up, but not connecting to anyone. And look at Clint and Kaja Venom. There's nowhere for you to survive or run away. Zamdam is there. Will Venom survive? No, he will not. That's gonna be the double kill for Clint. And just as I said, if in case Midnight Madness manage to take Clint down, they will be able to come back in this game. If they do not, then Clint is going to snowball as he's already doing that. Look at the build. An endless battle along with a Malefic Roar. He'll be melting everyone.
Well, not just on the items, and of course, so because of the items, but look at his gold. 6,790 gold at the moment. The only player of the 10 players in the field of the Land of Dawn over the amount of 6,000 gold, I would say, and he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good for himself.
He's absolutely devouring everyone, but I guess that was probably the casters curse. No, it was not. As Kufra is going to be taken down. Blazing Do It was connected, but Kirito is going to survive 1 HP. Achabro will have to run away from that as quickly as possible. Divine Judgment has been taken by Smiling. Mad Mass. Okay, they're going to stay disciplined, not going to overextend. No, I said it way too early. Lancelot will be bursted. An outstanding stun by Aurora, making sure to hold Lancelot in that place. But that opening did, give a chance for the rest of the members of Midnight Madness to take down the tier 1 on that top side, giving them the much needed farm. But look at the mid lane. Abyssal Strike did not connect. Carmilla tanking, not even tanking, dodging every other skill. And look at Apex. That's going to be the Titan's Rage. Used up. The Curse of Blood is also used, but did not connect. Okay, it did connect on Zam. Damage between 5 people. He won't be able to do anything, and he will be finally shut down. Aurora does punish Achabro in this situation, but the main shutdown that Midnight Madness needed is there. And they have also taken the life of 69, so he won't be able to contest this Lord at all. This should be an easy Lord for Venom.
Well, that should be an easy Lord for Venom, provided the Franco doesn't come in to disturb them, which he is on the way. But I guess they will be comfortable, and yes, they do pick it without any hesitation, without any problems. But Franco and Aurora, they are being a bit of an annoyance to Midnight Madness, I would say, at this moment.
I wouldn't disagree. I would totally agree on that. And look at the current situation. Aurora will probably be taken down. Apex managing to take that one important shutdown. But look at Smiling, using the burst of Aurora on the members of Greybird right now. Lord is going to jump in from the mid lane. Now, there's one thing that I want to point out. Even though all the kills were being taken by the side of Greybird, the farm was still... the farm difference was still not enough. It was just a couple of 100 gold. That was it. And now I can clearly see that Midnight Madness is the one who is leading in the farm, and it will further increase the Curse of Blood on 4 people. No way. That's going to be the Bloody Hunt used up, and a mega kill for Valentina as he steals it away by using the IMU. Clint is trying to get the burst damage in. Aurora will chunk down the final bars of the HP from the hands of Carmilla, but a 2-for-1 trade. And all the tier 2s, man, Midnight Madness would take that any day.
Well, they are doing something of which we are not seeing. The backup that the team has. Probably Greybird is missing that, because, of course, Greybird has a good amount of damage, but I don't think they're able to support themselves in a team fight, because the team Midnight Madness has a good amount of burst damage, as you said, but I don't think they will be able to hold themselves against Team Midnight Madness in a team fight, because they have loads of heroes, the loads of damage-giving heroes in their team of the entire fight. So what are we seeing here? Okay,
It's just the map control that we have in front of us. That's yet again in favor of Midnight Madness. I won't even say it's equal. It's 60-40 right now. They're the ones who are controlling almost all the lanes without any problems, and they have the vision of almost each and every bush in the map. So, mm, what really happened was, even though the bodies were being thrown again and again, okay, that's gonna be the Tyrant Sage used up. Dyroth is going to be chunked down quite a lot. Blazing to it, not yet committed. Though Apex will lose his immortality. That's gonna be a flicker Bloody Hunt used. Smiling seems to be in trouble as the final crit connects, and Zamdam's gonna take the double right now. That's gonna be Lancelot taken down. Triple kill for the Clint. Curse of Blood connecting. But that's probably going to be it. Achabro and Sneaky will retreat in the situation. Sneaky should back off at this point. It's a 5v2, and I don't think so they'll be able to win it. Not without the Curse of Blood for now. At least tier 2 in the mid. When it fall. Nope, that's a pretty good and a quick decision making from Greybird as they went for the Lord right away.
Well, there will be a no contest Lord being taken by the Rod, 2 against 5, and with the Lord, that is not at all a good idea. Totally going with you on that scare, but it will definitely give the team Greybird, some time to get up in the lead, as they've already taken a 2K lead once again. But will they be able to maintain it? That is the big question.
At this point in game, that they're almost both of them are. Greybird is already par 43k mark, while Midnight Madness, they just reached that, so they have almost all the items that they need. It's just the final item that is remaining, so it's almost the full inventory. So they won't be able to make those cheeky Winter Truncheon and Immortality outplays. But apart from that, they've basically done everything. That's going to be a good flicker, and a Tyrant's Rage on 3 people not connecting to the wall with the Blazing Duet has been used up, and that's a beautiful ultimate by Aurora, chunking down Lancelot already to 20% of the HP, but 69. Where are you going? You're between 4 people, you won't be able to survive that. The Abyssal Strike was used up, but finally Achabro making sure to take that kill. Aurora seems to be the next target as they still want to go in for the chase oppression. Finally connecting, but no one for the backup. And look at the base. Lord is chunking down the base. Had there been just one more person, they would have been taking this game. But finally, Carmilla will recall, and the Lord will be dealt with. Kaja, why did you not go ahead? They could have taken game number 4. They could have taken this game number 3. Man, oh man. If only this decision does not turn around the entire outcome of this game. Graham.
That was a costly mistake by Kaja. He had all the chances to go full Monty and take the base out. There was nobody. He just needed 2 more seconds to take the Lord out, take the base out, because the Lord had chunked already like 60% of the base, and he had to just finish it off probably.
That is absolutely correct. But the one major thing that's going to be, I would say, in favor of the members of Greybird is that the bottom lane will be pushing itself. So one member from the side of Midnight Madness should always be there in that lane to clear it up, because we never know, a backdoor lurk can come in at any moment.
Well, that definitely seems to be an open space for Greybird to push in and finish the game and take the 3rd game with them. But Team Midnight are, of course, they're aware of the game because they have lost one inhibitor, and being the team that they are and their performance in the last few games, of course, they're not going to do such mistakes, such petty mistakes. And Team Greybird, of course, noticing the presence of Team Midnight, they just feel like taking the Lord is not a good moment at this time.
And Aurora finally taken down. Abyssal Strike connecting. Kufra will fall, but the immortality is there. That's going to be Abyssal Strike stolen by Valentina herself. Unstoppable coming in for Clint. But finally, Carmilla jumping in. Winter Truncheon, Wind of Nature used up. I don't think so. That was a good idea. And Valentina is going to take him down as well. 3 for 3. They're coming back somehow. That's going to be the Curse of Blood connecting. The Abyssal Strike along with the Flicker combination. They're absolutely perfect. And a shutdown on the Kaja. Triple kill. That's going to be... Will it be a Maniac? Will it be a Maniac? Smiling wants to jump in for more. And yes! They will manage to take everyone down in the late game. Is this it? The mid lane minion wave is coming in. Mad Maz will be up within the next 3 seconds, and that's going to be the discipline coming in from the members of Midnight Madness. No, they just want to stay in for long. Sneaky would have stayed for too long. Valentina is gonna trade it away. What is happening in this game? This is fighting and fighting and fighting. It's a brawl. Trades coming in from both the sides. Jeez.
That Valentina, oh my god, the timing of the skills, the usage of the skills, that guy has probably played every single type of hero in the entire game. And we see a fight coming up on the Lord.
Absolutely, and that is going to be Dyro taken down by the Lancelot already. So that's one more advantage in favor of Midnight Madness. Who got the Lord, and that was Midnight Madness themselves. So they'll be able to chunk down those inhibitors finally. And it's a 19th minute Lord Grim. Don't forget that he's enhanced that to a level 2 enhanced.
Level 2 enhance the damage dealer alive, the hyper of the enemy inactive. Probably some odds in the favor of Team Midnight Madness. Will they be able to take down the inhibitor, or they will lose their players? What are we going to see now?
The inhibitors are definitely going to fall. The question is if they'll be able to survive this rampage that's coming in from Valentina. Monster kill already. That's going to be Lancelot jumping into the backline. Clint using the Wind of Nature. Magic damage is not there. He wants to stay in for longer. The Blazing Duet is right in front of him, and that's going to be him jumping in. The crystal is absolutely open, and all the 5 members, I'm so sorry, 4 members are going to take it down. Midnight Madness with a madness comeback in game number 3, stealing away the series for themselves and making sure that they're gonna move forward in the bracket towards the semi-finals.
Wonderful, wonderful victory by Team Midnight Madness. That was an absolutely maddening win. The absolutely great comeback there by the entire team. And the back-end support, the frontline attack, they had everything covered, this team, Midnight Madness. And I've fallen in love with Valentina once again.
The amount of burst damage was absurd. Literally absurd. Genius Wand, Holy Crystal, Divine Glaive, pure burst. Along with the Enchanted Talisman for the Mana region and the CDR. Man, oh man. This guy was not stopping, and look at the damage. 105k. Zamdam would be the one who'd be getting the highest grade point of 10.2, 14.34. He did everything that he could. The team did everything that they could, but at the end of the day, it was just one outplay that came in from Midnight Madness. Just those objective plays that came in from their side, and, getting the win for them. Jeez. It was such a perfect game from both of these teams. I enjoyed it a lot. Out of all those 3 games, this was the best.
Well, of course it was the best, because every area of a game that the players need to have covered, they had done it. They had good backup. Of course, they lagged in the first game, in the early minutes of the game, but what they did know, their strength is in the late game. And they had it covered. My God, that Valentina's damage being finished off by that Lance, and the support of the Carmela, the Kufra. It was an entire team support, I would say. This was a gameplay, like a good team game. That is what I would say.
Absolutely. And that is going to be it, guys, for this best of 5 series. I know a lot of people out there would be saying it was anticlimactic or things like that, but at the end of the day, this last game was picture perfect. And I really want to thank you all for supporting us all throughout. I also want to thank our sponsors, would be Genesis Store. Co-sponsors are Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and the Slay Official. Thank you so much for supporting us, guys, and thank you all out there for giving us those like, that love, along with the subscriptions. I really would ask you to subscribe the channel one more time and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss the upcoming semi-finals as well as the finals and the grand finals of our tournament. You would definitely not want to miss which one of these 32 teams that we started with is going to get the crown and going to sit on that throne. For today, the journey of Midnight Madness is going to continue. But that's going to be it for the day, guys. Thank you all for joining us. This has been Skadiat from the casting deck, along with me, Grim. We're going to be signing off for now. Good night.
Good night to this wonderful audience. See you soon in the semifinals. Stay tuned, people. Good night.